So we need to extend our Wi-Fi to the house that we own next door. We don't want to pay for more internet. We got good internet here. We just got to get it just next door. So we need a repeater. And so today we have the Wavlink Aerial HD6. You can see this on Wi-Fi 6, and it's AX1800 is the Wi-Fi spec on it. And it's Wi-Fi 6, outdoor mesh router, AP, and repeater. So if you get a bunch of these, you can create a mesh with their own equipment. You can do an access point, just like a normal access point, or a repeater. And we're going to do repeating today. And I'll show you kind of what comes in the box. I already got it assembled because I've been playing with it, testing a little bit. But we're going to look at all the parts, and then we're going to go out and assemble it and install it. So here's what you get in the box. Of course, you get the access point, 4 antennas, manual. Read the manual. There's a barcode on here, and it'll let you download the Wavlink app, or you can search for it on your store, and it'll make installing this a lot easier, kind of walk you through it. Definitely read it, especially if you're doing some of the other modes like repeaters. It kind of shows you how to set those up. But it's fairly straightforward, but if you've never done it before, get the app. The 4 antennas here, they go in very specific spots. So if we let's just take this one off for now. Get him off. You'll see there's markings on the top of this guy and on each antenna. So like this guy says 2.4G, and on top of here there'll be 2.4G. This will be 5G, 2.4, 5, 2. That kind of thing. So make sure you put them in the right spot. Otherwise, you will not have maximum internet or wireless. The antennas do matter. They are very specific. And of course, on the bottom here is a hole for your Ethernet cable, and I'll show you the parts for that. It comes with some zip ties and a couple little pads, and the little pads will let you use it. If you want to mount this, say, on a metal pole, what you can do is put this on each side of the pole and use your zip ties around the back and cinch it down, and it'll kind of clamp it to the pole, keep it from sliding around, moving around. That's what these are for. We're not going to use these, though. It comes with a little packet here. You can see there's a little gland, and this is the gland. And what this does, this goes on this hole here, and you poke your Ethernet cable through here, plug it in here, and then tighten this down, and to make sure that no water gets in through the cable. So it kind of makes that waterproof, and a little wrench tightens it down. We're going to just use the little screws in the back. And I'm not sure if I'm going to mount this on a fence or on the building yet. I haven't decided. I think we may just mount it on the fence for now, just for testing. But we are going to set it up inside before we mount, just to make our life a lot easier. If we can set it up inside, then take it out, plug it in, we're done. And you get a small 3-foot cable. I'm going to use my own. Go on Amazon, because what you're going to need probably a longer cable than this. This is if you're going to be really close to the power. If you're going to be more than 3 feet, go on Amazon. If it's going to be 50 foot away, get a 50-foot cable, 25, 30, whatever size cable you need. Then you get the injector, and you can see here, this is basically the power supply. And so what you're going to do is you're not going to plug power into this. You're going to run it through the Ethernet cable. So what you do is, you see there's 2 ports here. This one's going to go to your router if you can use it in the access point. And this one here with the button, that one's going to go into the bottom of this and power it. So you're going to get your network and power through here, or just power through here. Depends on how you set it up. So that's the only cable that goes in here is the Ethernet cable. Very simple. And it does have a nice on-off button. And it is marked. If you read here, there's a little indentation. It says LAN, one says router, something like that on there. And what's nice about the power button, if you're got this like 50 foot up in the air and this is down on the ground, you can power cycle it if you want to. So pretty cool. So tell you what, let's go through the setup, and then we'll take this out and we'll install it. So let's get the phone out and start taking a look at that. So you can see right here is the repeater. So we got a good distance. These 2 houses here is what we're going to cover because we own all these. And I'll tell you what, this works really good. Let's get up closer. And we have the power injector here mounted on the wall in the carriage house. What's nice about this is it's got a little power button, so you can power it off and on remotely. And that's really good, especially if you mount your access point, say 20 foot in the air. You won't need to get a ladder to go up there and power cycle. You get to do it kind of from the ground. So how cool is that? And of course, none of these power cables hanging around, just one cable, Ethernet cable, going to your device. And here it is installed. I put 4 screws, just mounted it right on there. And this is perfect because we need line of sight. So we got line of sight this way and that way. Cover these 2 houses. I got a temporary cable ran. I'm going to run a professional one a little bit later on. The one I have is like 30 foot, and it's maybe about 5 foot too long. So I'm going to just run a new one, crimp on some ends. So the first thing you want to do, go to the App Store on your phone, download the Wavlink app. I'm going to do it through the browser because it's a little bit easier to see. A little bit different between the configuration on the phone and through the browser, but it's basically the same thing. So download the app and connect to your Wi-Fi. So look in your Wi-Fi settings and you'll see there's a Wavlink SSID. Once your device is booted up, connect to that. And then when you get to it, you'll get to the browser or through the app. What you do is there's a password, default password, admin. So type that in, and that'll get you logged in. See, I already have mine kind of configured here, but basically it's pretty simple. There's two options here you really want to look at. See, wireless and advanced. So if you go into advanced, it's kind of like a main menu. You can see you get mode select, firmware update, time zones, those kind of things. The one you're concerned about, mode select, and that's going to let you pick, do I want an access point? Do I want a repeater? You see, I already have repeater mode here, but you can select access point mode, repeater mode, router mode, or easy mesh agent module. So I think if you have a couple of these devices, you can create its own little mesh. I did a repeater. And we're going to say next, and then we're going to configure wireless. So you click on the wireless. That gives you all your SSIDs. So you're going to put that if you want two SSIDs, like a 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. But this very top option right here, it says, if you want to enable it to just show one SSID and let the bridge handle it, the repeater handle the best connection for you, that's the way to go. So I did select this option right here, and that made just one SSID. But this is basically where you're going to put your SSID. So if you want to call it My House and the SSID, whatever you want to call it, this is where you configure that. And that's basically all there is to create a repeater. So like I said, when you're out and about, you just connect to this SSID when you're out in the yard or the next door houses, and away they go. And I did do some testing on this through some speed testing, and outside the house, as far as away as I can get, I was doing 100 meg, about 100 meg up and down, and that was about the best I'm going to get because the edge of my mesh, that last piece, can only do like 100 meg Wi-Fi. So that's about all we're going to really get out of it. So I think this is performing really, really well. If we go back home, you can see here, it'll show you. You scroll down a little bit. I think it says we got 100% signal strength. And it's connected 100%. And I think that's the best you're going to get. And I tell you what, this thing is really, really nice for the price. And for bringing kind of like an outdoor device, really nice. And I tell you what, the two houses next door, we got Wi-Fi now. And there you have it, the Aerial HD6 from Wavlink. This is the perfect outdoor mesh router, access point, or repeater. Depends on what you want to use it for. I got to use it for a repeater, and I tell you what, I like this thing a lot. I think these are great. I'm probably going to get a couple more and extend the Wi-Fi out even farther, maybe make my own little mesh with this guy. But if you're looking for something for outdoors, very more industrial, heavy duty, this is for you. If you got a swimming pool, patios, those kind of things, farms would be perfect for this application. I'm using it to join some houses together in a residential area. But I tell you what, I like the fact that it's outdoor, and for the price, what you get, you can't be beat. So check out the Wavlink Aerial HD6.